I started wrestling internationally as soon as I could, which was, I think, my freshman year of high school. And then since CU, I've focused completely on that, and I've been working to make senior world teams and Olympic teams. So I've made 3 senior world teams, and I medaled twice at the World Championships. So I have 2 silvers, one in Oslo last year and one in Belgrade this year. So, and then I made the Olympic team in 2021. I started wrestling when I was 4 years old. My dad was a coach and my older brother wrestled, so I was just kind of around it. I was at the practices, climbing on the ropes. I was at the tournaments playing under the bleachers, and I was bored, and I asked my mom if I could wrestle, and she was like, yeah, I don't care, like ask your dad, I'll know where you're at tournaments. Like, I'll be on the mats, not breaking things under the bleachers. And so then I asked my dad, who is now the head coach here, if I could wrestle, and he didn't really love the idea. He didn't really like the idea of women wrestling just because his experience, he had some female athletes that were there for the wrong reasons, and he didn't want that to be me. And eventually he was like, you know what, go ahead, like have at it. And because he was a coach, he made the practices really hard, trying to get me to quit. And 4-year-old Kayla was like, this is so fun. And there were athletes that were in his program for years, and they were like, screw this. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, and they were like, I'm done, and they quit. And, you know, I'm 26 now, so a long time. And then he's done a complete 180, and now he's all about women's wrestling, because, you know, I don't even know how long he's been here now, but coaching, so a lot of growth. So that was in Washington. Started wrestling there, moved to Indiana to do my middle school and high school wrestling. I wrestled at Culver Academies, which is a boarding school. So those 4 years were the only years that I didn't have my dad as a coach. But he would still go to almost every tournament and text me what I need to work on at practice, everything. And then college, he had retired from the Navy and was looking at what he was doing next, and Campbellsville started talking, like, hey, maybe we want to start a women's wrestling program. And he came in for the interviews, did all that stuff, and he fell in love with it. And he told me he wasn't going to take the job unless I wanted to be here, because he didn't want to coach against me. And so I came to visit. I was maybe, I think, a sophomore or junior in high school, and I fell in love with this place immediately. And so we made that decision. He took the job here. His first year coaching here was my senior year of high school, and then I joined in the next year and did the 4 years, loved it. And then since then, I moved to Iowa for a couple years, trained at the Hawkeye Wrestling Club, and now I'm currently at the Sunkist Kids RTC, and that's in Arizona and Tempe. So, even in college, I was wrestling on the senior level. That's always been my goal since I was 4. The dream was to be an Olympic gold medalist. So I started wrestling internationally as soon as I could, which was, I think, my freshman year of high school. And then since CU, I've focused completely on that, and I've been working to make senior world teams and Olympic teams. So I've made 3 senior world teams, and I medaled twice at the World Championships. So I have 2 silvers, one in Oslo last year and one in Belgrade this year. So, and then I made the Olympic team in 2021. So for memories at CU, too many. I mean, I think about them all the time, you know, especially with social media. They're gonna pop up. We have the memories from the dance. I can't remember which dance it was, but I have pictures with Carson Klein. You know, we had a masquerade dance, and so we made these masks by ourselves. And then we had a 12-hour practice with the wrestling team, which it turned into 13, and then we ended up having a dual meet afterwards. It was quite the experience, but actually just maybe 2 weeks ago, those memories were popping up on my Facebook, the pictures from there. So it's fun to see, people that I used to hang out with or talk to every single day, and then you know, it gets me thinking like, oh, what are they doing? I need to reach out. Like I need to hang out with them more. I'm like, or like just times of like sitting at Hardin for hours and hours, or going to the library super late at night, just not even to study, but to hang out with friends, because that's what we did. And just like think about kind of the simple times, because my dad will always say college is like a 4-year deferment from real life. And in a way, he's got a point. You know, you're focused on studying, you're focused on having fun and like making friends and like growing these relationships and stuff, and just like learning about yourself. And I think I did a good job using the opportunities that Campbellsville had, you know, and just exploring life and having fun. And yeah, I definitely think about the memories and more so the people all the time here, because Campbellsville is a special place. Moving forward in wrestling, I don't want to say I'm going to 2028 or shooting for that. You know, right now, looking at the World Championships next year and then the Olympics in 2024, and then I'll reevaluate. Maybe take a year off, maybe go 4 years straight and go into 2028. So wrestlers, a lot of time, they live cycle to cycle, so they go by 4-year periods rather than just like, I'm just going to do it by 1 year. And so I think I really want to focus on year to year and just see what I want to do and see how my body's feeling, because like I mentioned, I'm getting a little older. So how's my body feeling? And then how is my mind? Am I still loving the sport? Am I still loving the process? And if not, then, you know, I could hang up the shoes today and be satisfied. But I would really like to make another Olympic team, and I would definitely like to come away with a medal this time. And yeah, so day by day for that. But within life, just see where it takes me. I would guess that I will end up coaching somewhere. I really enjoy when I get to be here with the Campbellsville girls and help out in practice. I went to practice this morning and I was just watching and hanging out and talking to some of the girls and stuff, and it was just, it's awesome. You know, I love when I do a camp and there are 6-year-olds that are just so excited and eager to be there, and you kind of get like some fuel. It fuels your fire for the sport because they're so passionate about it and they love it so much. So it kind of makes you more excited about the sport. So I would love to coach. What age level? Not sure yet. I'm going to see what's out there. There are a lot of Division I opportunities that are definitely about to start opening up, and there are new colleges all the time. And heck, maybe soon Coach Lee Miracle is going to, you know, retire. He's been here for a while, so you guys are going to need a new coach sometime. So maybe I'll come back home. But other than that, I've always dreamt of opening an ice cream shop, and I've kind of switched that to like an arcade and then an ice cream arcade and then like a barcade ice cream shop mix, like all together. I think that would just be a lot of fun.